Life is so simple, yet in that same breath, it is also very complex. This is the tether. My father and my mother told me that if you take your hands like this, you slip. But when you hold yourself here, this is a connection not so easily broken. I hope that you leave here taking the phrases, I can't or I don't dance, and putting them behind you forever. Because I can't give you all the secrets to life, but what I can do is give you these tools. Because movement is all things, and dance is life exaggerated. So as a movement composer, actor, artist, I produce shows all across Los Angeles. And as a mover, I would like to speak with my movement as well as my words.
In the year 2012, the world was supposed to end. However, it didn't. But mine was completely changed forever. That year, I went through a still unknown medical diagnosis that led me to take a semester off of college. Breathing was difficult. Brain fog, anxiety, panic attacks, and a severe depression left me feeling purposeless. Why me? Emergency room visits, pills, and doctor visits, one after another, led me and my family to throw up our hands and just rely on faith. Music felt different now. I couldn't hear sounds the way I'd used to. Eating was different. I had to listen to soundscapes and sound scores, experimenting across genres just to broaden my hearing. I went from being a young movement dance powerhouse to being humbly bedridden and ill. It was tough to create because of my respiratory issues and a very, very heavy heart rate. I felt like death was near, and I just simply had to be open to whatever would happen. There were no other options to healing. The only clear path was for me to be still. I was gripped by something my father never wanted for me: fear. In the stillness, I began to remember my upbringing. I'm a multi-ethnic Black American from South Dallas. My father and mother exposed me to various cultures from around the world. My parents would tell me that we may not be able to teach you everything or to show you everything. However, we can expose you to as much as we can to give you a better sense of someone else's life besides your own. My very first dance genre was krump, a passion-filled movement from South Los Angeles. And I discovered this movement and dance late in my life at the age of 16. There were no studios for me to grow up and dance, to learn the styles, other ideas of movement. Therefore, my training had to come from being fully open to everyday people. From you. I was blessed to be exposed at a young age to so many different cultures. So from that stillness, I decided that I would join many different student-run programs around my college campus. I became a sponge. I joined the Filipino Student Association, the Black Student Alliance, the Middle Eastern Student Association, a Bollywood dance team, and the list goes on and on. I found out through other dance genres and philosophies that we're all so different. Yet, in that same breath, we are all fundamentally the same. Each person becomes your own dance genre. They become your medicine. See, confronting what felt like death leads you to become open to all things and all peoples. I realized that there were common threads that connected us all. And I wanted to find a way to express being human that didn't force me to be one way or in one dance genre or in one style. That no matter what the circumstance, that I could create a dance even at my lowest with great prowess. I wanted to show myself and others how movement replicates life itself, that it is inevitable, that anyone could be their own movement artist because we are human. So I came up with a movement philosophy known as EPIC. EPIC stands for extraordinary people, ideas, imagination, and creativity. And in EPIC, I formulated the 5 S's to movement, that no matter what the skill level, you can become epic through movement and share your story through dance.
And those 5 S's, thank you. Thank you. And those 5 S's begins with the first S, which is your senses. Before, as a baby, picture yourself as an infant and set aside your preconceived notion of dance, no matter your skill level. You use all forms of your senses, your communication. The next S is your stance. Standing in your own power. Understanding that no one can judge you when you're here. No one can judge you before you speak. The next S is your stability. So when I lean over, I have to catch myself. How do you maintain stability? Is it like this? Is it like this? The next S is your stride. How do you move about the world? Is your dance genre low to the ground? Or is it here? The final S is your story. It's your human experience. It's your culture. It's your tradition. I guarantee you, if you want to learn any dance genre, you must tap in to that community. Because as soon as you do, you'll find a world of people of all shapes and sizes who do that movement. So I want you to remember the 5 S's, your senses, your stance, your stride, how you tell your story, how you maintain stability. Because movement is all things, and dance is life exaggerated. So I want you to tell your story, whether that tether is just for you or for all of us. Allow your epic story to be told.
I am a movement composer who composes a symphony of movement, who believes we all individually create the orchestra that is existence. It is all of us who are epic as one. Through each genre, each tier, in this big dance that we call life. Because movement is what makes us human. And being human is art.
Thank you.